Hello YouTube! Welcome to today's video. I realize it's been a little while, but I was getting a little behind on filming and editing, so I thought I would take a few days off to catch up. We should be back on schedule now, but I may do that occasionally. And today's video is going to be a bit of a first, because I finally used my conch to make chocolate, specifically white chocolate. If you've seen my Nutella video, you know I have a grinding machine called a conch or a melanger used in chocolate making. Unfortunately, some of this footage is a bit grainy, but the first step to making white chocolate is melting cocoa butter. I brought the cocoa butter to just above 100 degrees Celsius so that the residual heat could warm up the machine itself. I had previously attempted to infuse this cocoa butter with lemon and lime zest, but it ended up not being enough to influence the flavor. I'll definitely be attempting to do that flavor again, but for now, I improvised a way to add my own unique twist to white chocolate. Once the cocoa butter was nice and hot, it was poured into the conch, and the conch was turned on. Next is slowly adding the remaining ingredients, which for white chocolate are just sugar and milk powder. I initially had roughly 650 grams of each ingredient, but I ended up holding back a little milk powder because the mixture seemed to be getting a bit thick. I also attempted to add flavor by replacing half of the sugar with honey powder, but again, the influence was unfortunately negligible. After a full night of letting the conch run and constantly being paranoid that the chocolate was going to seize, I ended up with a very nice texture. However, the flavor was again lacking. Both of my attempts to add flavor with the honey powder and the citrus zest were unnoticeable. Normally, in white chocolate, you can infuse a whole vanilla bean into the cocoa butter as a way of flavoring the chocolate. However, I didn't feel like spending a lot of money on vanilla, so I decided to go with black pepper. Since this was a bit of a last-minute decision, I added the pepper in 2 stages to get the flavoring right and let the machine run for an additional 2 or 3 hours, although next time I'll just start with the pepper when I add the first ingredients. This batch of white chocolate was roughly 1.7 kilograms, and I ended up adding about 23 or 24 grams of black pepper that I finely ground. I probably could have let the machine go a bit longer, but I didn't mind the occasional flecks of black pepper that would be visible. Once I was happy with the taste and the texture, I poured the white chocolate into an improvised tinfoil mold, and then put it in the freezer so that it could set up nice and quickly. The first time I make actual chocolate, I'll definitely go through the trouble of tempering it, but I was feeling a little bit lazy this time. Once it was cold, though, the chocolate had a perfect snap and texture. I was also really happy with the color. The flavor is quite intense, and it builds as you eat the chocolate and let it melt in your mouth. I don't envision using large quantities of this white chocolate at any given time, but I think it would make an excellent dessert component paired with either lemon, berries, or really any kind of fruit. I will definitely be attempting to make other white chocolates that are infused with various spices. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please consider sharing and subscribing, and thank you for watching.